I have an opening act, and it's this Saturday. And honestly, I don't feel like killing myself
No.
with the tickets.
It's going live right about any second here. We'll talk more
Okay.
after. We'll talk more after, I promise.
Alrighty. You look
Okay.
good.
To all of Monique Scott's friends on Facebook and all of mine and anybody else trolling around the internet, today I am so personally tickled and touched by the life of Monique Scott. Every time I read things about her, I delve deeper into who she is as a human, as a mother, as a person in her community. We have so much in common she doesn't even know about. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm meeting my sister.
We may be
So
sisters.
Monique Scott just recently opened up a brand new comedy club in downtown Patterson, New Jersey. It's called Monique's Comedy Club, right? I got it
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Yes,
She's
you
got an
did. Yes.
upcoming one-woman show that's going to hit the pavement hard. It is. We're knowing that. And you got to
Yes.
get out there and support her and sign up and buy tickets for it. I'm sure they can anyway, this is Monique Scott. You guys welcome her. Hi, Monique.
Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Happy Monday.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Monique, I read up on you. We had an interview before on really lousy equipment, and I wanted to come back and make it right for you on the good equipment. So thank you for your
I see you all fancy. I see you.
patience. And so, Monique, I was reading about you yesterday, and it said about everything that's similar to my life. And I was like, whoa. Yeah. It said that you didn't have an easy life coming up.
Yes.
Duh, that's me. You were a single mom. That was me. Or you still are. We always are. You didn't have much academic ability, or you didn't choose to put it to use, or whatever. I'm not that smart. I'm street smart.
Okay, just to clarify that, I always highly intelligent. I didn't apply myself, and I struggled, but very intelligent.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get to the long way. Thank you. You brought it back. You have a son that has been incarcerated.
Yes.
I have a daughter that has incarcerated herself in hatred towards me.
Wow.
So she's incarcerated in a different way.
Yes.
She's trapped, you know, wow. in a scenario. So I can't hug and touch and know. I don't even know how my daughter is today. I don't know. I don't have that act. So we have a similarity of sorts.
Yes.
We both do comedy. You have a comedy club. I'm so proud of you for opening a comedy club. And then the pandemic hit. Monique.
6 weeks later.
Talk to me about how life is making it through all of this in a pandemic. How strong are you?
You know, some days it's really good. I'm enjoying, you know, the shutdown, the quarantine. And other days I'm like in a panic, like, what am I going to do? You know, what is everything going to look like once it reopens? You know, my head is going a mile a minute because I'm still working my full-time job. So I'm considered an essential worker, even though everyone that needs to pay bills is essential.
Yes. Amen.
You know, so it's a struggle. It's not easy. I've been trying to just find my way, just trying to stay relevant, to try to, you know, help others who are going through it. So many have lost their jobs. You know, so many people have lost family members. So I just kind of feel as a comedian, I kind of feel obligated to fulfill my commitment in entertainment just by keeping, you know, things funny, keeping things exciting and entertaining. And I kind of feel good about, you know, my contribution to the whole quarantine comedy saga, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know around the country, I don't have a tally, how many female comedians are also club owners, but I'm sure you're in a very elite group. I'm guessing less than 20. I'm just ballparking it.
Yes, I think so. I think I
I'm
did some research. There's a few though. I met a lady who owned a comedy club upstate New York. There's one that used to own a club in Chicago. There's one in Brooklyn, I believe. And I'm pretty sure there's others, but I do think it's a rarity, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to step out and open up the club. I just wanted to show that we can be business owners. We can be, more than entrepreneurs. We can actually have a building. We can actually have something tangible. Even though I don't own the building, I just, when I set out to open up the comedy club, I didn't know how God was going to present it to me. So I was looking at all different avenues. But, the thing is, if you believe in something, if you believe in what you're doing, you have to just take the steps and move forward, and everything else will kind of fall into line. So
when
I'm glad I took the step.
When you opened your comedy club, how many days or weeks was it open before the pandemic shut it down?
I was up to three days, three to 4 days a week.
Gee.
3 to 4 days a week.
And in Patterson,
I was able to have about 6 to 7 birthday parties already. I think I did like 2 or 3 events. We had about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shows. And it was rocking. It was a hot spot. I mean, it was going really nice. It was going at a nice pace, not overly crowded, just enough. People were booking their parties, birthday parties, girls' night out. Had so many planned. I had companies night out. I had bought all of my games for game night. So there's a lot of big plans. And I haven't given up hope.
No.
Monique's Comedy Club will be opening soon.
Oh,
Real soon.
Have they come up with a decision on when that will be yet?
No, I'm predicting that we will be able to open up maybe in July. The only thing is, I was supposed to be in Hawaii right now. I'm supposed to be in Honolulu right now.
That hurts.
Beach somewhere, butt naked, sipping on a pina colada. But we had to change the plans, and I'm going in August. So, that's going to cut in 2 weeks of the time. So I'm really just kind of playing it by ear,
Yes. You know what I heard? My sister sent me a link. She said that there's some casino here in Vegas is paying for a round trip airfare to come to Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Send me the link to that.
I will send it to you. I'll write that down right now. Tell me about your one-woman show that's going to come back with a vengeance, please.
Yes, I was so excited about that. Every year or every 2 years, I like to do my own show. People think I'm crazy, but
no.
I like to see my growth. I like to see how far I've come in comedy. I kind of feel like when you do shows with other comedians, they make you raise the bar.
Yep.
The comedian that goes before you, if they're funny and they're rocking, if you're smart, it'll make you rise up and deliver, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of times you don't really know what your natural coast is, because on shows you have other comedians and it makes the whole show, Yeah. So I like to see sometimes where I am in comedy. I like to see, how much I've grown, areas that I need to work on, because there's nobody but you on the stage.
Yeah.
It's nobody but you. So every year, once a year, maybe once every 2 years, I like to do my own show. And this time I was excited. I have a band, an opening act. I was so excited about it. But it's so much going on that, I think people are just like, you know what? It's not a good time. I'm one of those people that believe if it's not a good time, even though it hurts me to cancel shows, I'd rather cancel a show than force a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not a good time. There's so much going on, So when I do it, it's going to be sold out. I'm going to have to add 3 or 4 shows, I'm gonna have the line wrapped around the mall. So I just gotta wait. I just gotta wait. I've been doing some other things, to keep myself busy and keep myself, relevant and interacting with everyone. So it's a lot going on.
Well, I'm proud of you because you opened up a comedy club. You're staying positive with everything you get as a new business owner through a pandemic.
Yes.
And you're doing a comedy contest all the time there on Facebook. You have a contest for not just comedians, but anybody that just wants to give it a try.
Yes. On the spot comedy is what I call it, because I kind of feel like a lot of times we prepare, people say, well, you should have let me know, if I would have known, I would have did better. And that may be true. But I love to see natural gifted talent, like on the spot, and that's something that I'm going to admit I have to work on, because I did Showtime at the Apollo, came in third place the first time. Second time I got booed, and I wasn't prepared. I kind of took it for granted that I came in third place the first time. But, comedy is a hard field. You got to come and you got to hit them quick. Apollo doesn't give you a time to go home and take out the garbage. You got to come to the party ready to rumble. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Apollo is no joke. And heck, Luther Vandross, who's one of the greatest singers of all time, did Apollo 4 times and never won. He never got booed, but he did Apollo 4 times and he didn't win. So, I just recently saw a clip where he was saying that his experience at the Apollo, though he didn't win, helped him realize that he really wanted comedy. I mean, he really wanted to be a singer. So I kind of feel that way with, me and with comedy. Like, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Do you really want it, or do you just want it?
There's a difference.
I love entertainment. Like, I can't imagine doing anything else. Like, what would I do? Like, I want to get on stage and have people stare at me like this. But yeah.
So you're gonna, after the pandemic, you have these contests. You're gonna keep the contests going at your club.
Let me tell you something. The pandemic has taught me how to connect with people all over the world. Like, this is something that I've learned that I can carry. I mean, I could be in my car and do a pop-up show.
It's true.
As long as I pay my cell phone bill, as long as Sprint is getting their money every month, I can do a show. And I love that. I love that concept. I wish I would have known this sooner. If I would have known about Zoom sooner, I may not have opened up the comedy club.
You're hilarious.
So
you're
God
serious, but you're hilarious.
God knew what he was doing. He was like, you know what? I want her to open up the club first, and then we're going to introduce her to Zoom Live. Because had I known about Zoom Live first, comedy club when you can just Zoom and everybody all over the world can see you.
Yeah. You don't have to pay no mortgage, light bills, air conditioning.
That's it.
Wow.
So
it's so much better in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
One of these days, I'm going to sign up for your little contest.
I'm hoping you did this weekend.
I know I have to do it. How do
you feel about contests? I don't like them personally.
You don't?
No.
I go into them, like as something that'll make me grow, and I don't expect to win. I don't. Like, I won one contest, I've been doing comedy 6 years with a brain injury, like at the very best right now, I'm a great host and I've got a good guest spot ability, 6 years in, that's not a lot of bragging, but I'm doing it with a little bit of brain injury from a drunk driver. So I'm proud that I got this far.
Yes, I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
That's what, that's probably what makes you a great comedian. That you went through that. because you have a story, you have a testimony, and it comes from a good place, a deep place. You know, comedy is our life. Comedy is what happens to us. You know, everyone doesn't wake up and is naturally funny. Some of us have to have things happen that create a space where we can say, wow, I'm looking at this perspective and I'm making fun out of it. That's amazing. You know, so I count that as a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're
I,
welcome.
you know, like when you are, do you do road comedy and travel around, or do you mostly stay?
Absolutely. I love to travel. Oh, I love to travel. Sometimes doing comedy around people you know in your same, you know, town and city, that's difficult because we expect so much from each other. Oh, I know Monique from grammar school. She better be funny. I know Monique from, you know, her ex-boyfriend. She better be funny. I know Monique when she used to come up to the school and beat her kids and I had to call diapers. I know she funny. She better be funny. You know, I like strangers because they don't know anything about me. And I can create the storyline. You know what I mean? I can get up there and tell these people I'm a millionaire and they'll believe me. You know, I can get on stage and tell people, you know, I'm an opera singer. Wow. You know, but as soon as you try to lie in front of people, you know, I did a show one time and one of my relatives was in the audience and, you know, I'm doing a joke and then my relative yelled, "That's not true. That's not true." So, you know, I prefer strangers. So I love the people I love and I love my family and friends. But I love when I go out of town and I can establish new relationships. I love it.
What's some cities that you love and recommend for younger comics?
Let's see. Atlanta, the ATL. Oh my gosh, they love comedy in the ATL.
Really?
Virginia loves comedy.
No way.
Yes, Virginia. Let me see. LA loves comedy. Hollywood loves comedy. I went to the Laugh Factory. We had a great time. Mexico.
Mexico.
They love comedy. I went to Mexico and ended up getting on stage. I was the only person that spoke English, but they were laughing. I'm not sure if they were laughing at me, but they were laughing.
Have you ever done acting?
I took an acting class. I took a Tasha Smith acting class. Yes, and I did a lot of theater. I did about seven or eight stage plays.
Yeah, because I see acting, like so much acting ability, but you know, if I watch somebody I know can act and they're doing comedy, I'm like, could you tone down the acting? But with you, when I watch your sketches on Facebook, I can't get enough of your acting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm usually the opposite.
Wow. Well, thank you.
I want more and more acting from you.
That's a beautiful compliment, and thank you for speaking that into the atmosphere.
You betcha.
Because I love theater. I love theater. I took like I said, an acting class by Tasha Smith. It was amazing. So I would love to get into acting.
Yeah. So
I need a manager to get me.
You need a manager. If you're out there, people, Monique needs a manager, and she's in New Jersey, but she's got a Zoom phone. Her phone's hooked to Zoom. She can do anything anywhere.
I can Skype, Zoom, whatever you want. We can FaceTime. We can WhatsApp.
Google Hangouts.
We could Google Hangout. We could do all of that. I'm telling you, I am here for the ride. Okay. I am here for the ride.
Yeah, I love everything Monique Scott. I watch you and I laugh every time. You could be talking about anything and I'll laugh. How long have you, remind me, because we talked earlier about the basics. How long have you been in this comedy game?
10 years.
10?
10 years.
Just 10 years? It seems like 15, 20 at least. Where'd you get this confidence?
You know what? I always, since I was a kid, I always knew that I was created to do something. And I knew that once I found what it was, I was going to just go. Because what do you have to lose? My marriage, I had a marriage, didn't work out. So many things that didn't work out for me. You know, I'm 25 years on my job this year. I'm not a manager. I'm not a CEO. I'm not a bank exec. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I knew that there was so much more in me, and I just needed to find it. And once I found it, I knew I was not going to let go. It's a beautiful. So that's kind of how I feel about comedy. Like I'm a lover of this comedy business. Like, I wake up every morning and I just thank God for giving me this opportunity, this platform. You know, I'm thankful for it. It got me through my whole son's jail time. You know, he did 7 years in prison, and I didn't, you know, if it wasn't for comedy, I don't know how I would have got through it.
Exactly.
You know,
That's the day I started comedy, is when my daughter and I went our separate ways. I wouldn't have made it this far without my daughter, unless it was for the passion to make people laugh.
Right. Yeah, and you know, I think that's you know what I was saying, that I think that comedy comes from a weird place for different people. Now, I know some people who haven't really experienced that type of pain, and you know, they just funny. They write comedy, they just funny. I'm not her. You know, God just gave me a way to relook at life. You know, He just gave me a way to listen. I would much rather be a gospel singer, but I can't sing. So I don't get to choose my purpose, my assignment. God chooses that for us. Because if it was up to me, I'd be on Broadway somewhere singing my heart out, because I love music that much. But God said, no, you know, I need you to tell a story. I need you to speak to people, to make people laugh, to show people that you can get through anything if you put your mind and your soul in it.
Don't you do motivational comedy, as far as how you've gone from tears to laughter?
That's what it's all about. I don't ever want to make people laugh without you having some encouragement, without you being inspired. I don't ever want to just make people laugh and just leave you just laughing without feeling like you can accomplish anything. I want you, when you leave a MoniqueLatise experience, I want you to feel like, wow, what's out there for me? What can I do? You know, I can go back to school. I can be a better mother. I can be a better daughter. I can be a better person. Because if God can do this for her, He can do it for me.
Love that.
You know,
so. I don't like doing comedy, you know, about a rock on the street. I have to have a healing aspect to the comedy, you know.
Absolutely.
It's not so much motivational. Yours is more motivational, but like, I have to feel that the people are hurting in some way, and I have to reach in and feel like I'm bringing them out of their pain.
Right. And a lot of people think, because I talk a lot about God and, you know, why I do comedy, that I'm all clean comedy all the time. That's not true. I don't believe in being a gospel comedian or a secular comedian, because I'm not blocking my money. So whoever calls is where I'm gonna go. Number one, I was born in church. I have a personal relationship with Christ. So therefore, I always give Him honor with whatever I do. But I can read a crowd really good. So I've done shows and the crowd needs something different than just the church talk, or, you know, the God talk. So I have to come at them a little differently. So I've learned to read different crowds. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sometimes I do a show and the crowd need me to be like, hey. And then sometimes I do a show and the crowd needs me to be like, you know, so it depends on the energy in the room. You know what I mean?
It's so important to know how to read a room for so many things.
You can miss a whole opportunity not reading the room right.
Yeah.
I've seen comics die just running late for the show. They just running off the street, jump on stage, and repeat everything that the prior comedian has said, and then not paying attention to the facial expressions of the audience, so they miss the whole opportunity. You have to watch the crowd.
Yes. Yes.
You can't let the crowd control you, because
Right.
sometimes people's facial expressions can deter you, can discourage you. I remember when I first started doing comedy, I would watch people's reaction because I wanted to get their approval. And if I was saying something maybe that you were not understanding, that you maybe didn't you couldn't relate to, and you looked at me crazy, that would discourage me. And I would just drop the mic. You know what? Everybody have a good night. Thank you. And the promoter's starting to say, like, girl, you was up there 5 minutes. I booked you for a half an hour. So I said, I can't let people's facial expressions control me. So what I started doing, I have a joke where if I'm doing a show and I see somebody in the front row or in the crowd and they're making faces and they're looking like, they don't really want to be at a comedy show, oh, you getting it. Oh, you getting it. I refuse to sit on stage in front of anyone and do my comedy and you sitting there like this. No, you are going to get it. You like my microphone? You like my mic?
I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Pink is my favorite color and I love Mike, so.
It's very beautiful.
I sleep with it. I don't have a boyfriend right now. This is who I'm dating right now.
You got it plugged in? I have an adult superstore right across the street from me.
Really?
Yeah, if I should ever need anything, batteries, whatever.
Let me
They
tell you
probably
something.
have a cord that'll reach from the superstore to my room.
Let me tell you something. When the shutdown first happened, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do to occupy my time? So I was like, I know, I'll go into an adult store and get a dildo, right? The biggest mistake I ever made. I put on a wig too, because I wanted to disguise. I was like, I didn't want anybody to recognize me, so I put a wig on. And I asked the guy, I was like, first of all, I was shocked that there was a guy working there. I was hoping it was a lady, because, we'll understand each other. But it was the guy. He was like, how you doing? Welcome to Blake for Pleasure, blah, blah, blah. So I said, where's the dildo? He said, huh? I said, where's the dildo? So he said, here, let me show you. Girl, he brought me over to the section. I had never seen so many big objects in my life. I said, oh, no. Oh. Where's the small section? He was like, ma'am, this is it. I was like, oh. And then there was a guy next to me was like, give me 2 of those, 1 of those. I was like, oh, no. So I said, you know what? I got to come home and find something else to do. So I came home and I decided to teach myself how to work the computer. Boom, here we are.
I went over to the superstore and I wanted to ask about a dildo, but I didn't have the courage. So I peeked my head in and I said, is there a manager here? And
a good one.
And the manager comes over and I go, have you ever thought about having a comedy show in here? And I'm looking for the dildos.
That was good. I love it. That was so good. That was a good one. That was a good one. I love it.
Took them forever to get the manager, so I scoped out my dildos,
How do you like it in Las Vegas? How's the weather?
The weather is like 98. What?
I heard it gets hot.
Yeah, it can get up to 115 or so. It's only 98 today.
I would die. I would be like melted chocolate.
It's beautiful up until about 10, 11 o'clock. Then you just want to stay indoors.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to come out and hang out with you.
Yeah,
1 week.
Come hang out.
There's a lot of nice comedy spots out there.
What?
A lot of nice comedy spots out there?
A lot of them. Everywhere.
Wow.
I don't feel so comfortable getting out yet because I'm in the category of I'm old and I have a blood clot scenario. So I'm going to wait for the second wave to go over, you know, the flu season to come back and leave, and then I'll go out.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
Like
smart.
the end of the year, come on down and we'll come on over to Vegas and we'll go paint the town red.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a
What do you want to plug?
Basically, I just want to plug, just, follow me on my social media handles, Instagram, MoniqueLatise, MoniqueLatise. Follow my comedy club page, MoniqueLatise Comedy Club. And I just want to say, just look out. I have a lot of events coming up. I do a lot of random events. That works better for me. Whenever I plan something, a lot of spontaneous random events. So I may say, you know what? I'm doing a comedy show in an hour. Let me get some comedians together and put on a show. You know what I mean? Like anything that I plan never works out. Everything that I do spontaneously ends up being so successful. It's unbelievable.
Wow. I'll be looking for them and I'll start sharing them more.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure do. Thank you.
Yeah. So is there anything you want to tell people how to stay positive and sane for the rest of this crazy mixed up world and country? You can say anything you want, man.
Just want to encourage everyone to, if you don't have a business plan, once this is over, think about, disaster plans. Think about business plans. And when I say disaster plan, meaning that, things are going to happen and we have no control over it. But always have a plan B. That's what this epidemic has taught me. Always have a plan B. So we got to start saving money, get your credit scores up, make sure that your health, as soon as you can get to the doctor, your boobies, ladies, don't be ashamed to touch around, take your vitamins, and just, we just got to start loving on each other a little bit more. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Thank you for this platform. This is a great platform. I love what you're doing. And I see you out there. I see your grind.
Thank you so much for coming on again. I'm glad there's better equipment for you. The last time was a joke.
Well, you upgraded. You upgraded your game, right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. If I ever get back to the East Coast, I'm going to be coming to Monique's Comedy Club in Downtown Patterson, New Jersey.
Center City Mall, Patterson, New Jersey. Absolutely. Yeah. Come on down.
Yeah. I wish you the very best with your comedy club, with your one-woman show that you have that's going to be coming up. What's the title of your show again?
From Tears to Laughter with MoniqueLatise.
Yeah.
So it's my whole life wrapped in one big old joke. My whole life wrapped in one big old joke.
I can't wait.
Thank you.
So if it goes on Zoom again, please let me know so I can buy a ticket and watch it on Zoom, and I can tell my people to as well.
Thank you. I sure will. I'm going to get a new date and I'll make sure that you get it. Thank you.
I would love that, honestly. Thank you so much. I feel such a kinship to you because we have similar struggles we've managed to get through.
More than you know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Monique Scott. Is your name Monique Scott, Monique Scott, or Latise?
It's MoniqueLatise Scott. Monique Scott is the Facebook page. My stage name is my middle name, MoniqueLatise. Yep.
Got it. Thank you. It's about time I asked that question.
No problem.
Thank you. You'll see me try to hit you up to get into one of your contests too.
I would love that. Let me know and just keep your eye on a prize.
Watch it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you already.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you.